Before starting today's episode, I want to take a brief moment to talk about the killings and abductions happening in Nigeria presently. For like this week, and even before this week, there have been consistent bad news from one bad news to another, one killing both in and out of the church. And I feel like as Nigerians, humans, and Christians, it's something we should talk about. It's not something we should just feel unconcerned and sweep under the carpet and be like, it's one of those things, because this is definitely not one of those things. It's I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's just horrible. Like, I'm looking for the right adjective to really use and describe what is going on right now. It's terrible. So I just feel like we should all be involved in it the little way we can. It's something that we should all talk about. We should not downgrade it and like downplay it, because it's actually very serious. Even if it's not where you are, guy, it's not. Even if it's not where you are, it's still horrible regardless. So yeah, as a Christian, you should feel concerned. You should talk about it. And if you're in a position of power or anything and you can do something more than talking about it, please do, because it's becoming really, really ridiculous by every passing day. God will help us in Nigeria. That being said, welcome to another episode of Relatable Gospel podcast. My name is Bella, and as you all know, I'm your host. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is aura for aura. For a very long time, I've seen this aura for aura thing as my watchword, because I've seen it as fair and it's just right. I treat you the way you treat me. That's how I've always seen aura for aura. I've never seen it in another light. So for the past week, I've been, I don't know, my thought has just been around the whole aura for aura thing. Like, I don't even know why my mind was drawn to it. And getting to church last Sunday, the pastor made a reference to aura for aura being from the devil, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh please. Then the next thing he said was that, okay, if we don't believe him, if Jesus did aura for aura with us, how would it have been? That was when my mind was kind of taken aback, and I was like, oh, that's right, that's true. But then my mind began to question these things. I had so many questions, which I'll be referring to later in this video. The first question I had was that, okay, does God want me to keep giving and not receiving? Because there are some certain people that you do so much for. First of all, giving is not only about like financial giving. You give your time, you give a lot of things, and you don't receive anything from this person in several occasions. So I was like, does God want me to keep giving and not receiving? First of all, the Lord reminded me, when the Lord wanted to answer me, He reminded me that when you do things, when you give to people in need, you don't give it as though you are giving it unto men, but unto God. Please, all the things I'm saying, there are Bible scriptures to actually back them up. You don't give unto men, but you do as though you are giving it unto God. And we don't give for the sole reason of receiving. We give to people because we love God. So I don't know if you got it. When you give unto people in need, humans in need, you don't give it to that person. You are giving it unto God. And you don't give God because you want to receive. You give because you love God. That was the first question I had, and that was the answer that the Lord gave me. Then he also, sorry, I'm looking down. I don't even know. Let me not go and forget what the Lord said. I wrote it down. He also said that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Yes. The next question I asked was that, okay, when I keep giving to this certain person, me and the person both know that I'm not, like, this person is not going to ever be there for me, or like, do you get that kind of situation? Does that not make me unwise? Does that not make me like a fool kind of? Then the Lord answered. He reminded me of that story where Jesus said, if they slap you on one side, turn the other side, let them slap you. Let's make this a real situation. Imagine you are talking to someone about something, and from nowhere you just see slap on your face, and you now see this person, you are an observer, or you just see this person turn and give the person the other side of the face to slap. Will you not feel like, is this person not a fool? So the Lord reminded me that, okay, we are supposed to be like Jesus. So if Jesus giving this illustration to us humans makes it seem unwise, then we should be unwise. Because if the person you are following advises something that you feel is unwise, it's your own feeling, but that also means you should follow in the same direction. So yeah, it might not seem like the smartest thing to do, but it's just what the Lord says we should do. The last question I asked was more from an emotional point of view, because let's not lie to ourselves. There's no how you will not feel somehow when you are just helping someone consistently. You feel this pain. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'll just feel like when you're helping an undeserving person. When I asked God about that, He reminded me about Jesus and the crucifixion. First of all, why did Jesus get so much glorification after death, after the crucifixion? Just because He did it for so many. He paid the ultimate price for the most undeserving set of people that you are paying price for. They are doing worse, they are spitting on you, they are adding salt to injury. So that was why Jesus got so much glorification after. And any hurt you feel when helping an undeserved person, Lord reminded me that Jesus felt it too, but that did not stop him. Despite how you feel, yes, you might feel some kind of way. It's okay to feel that way, but that should not stop you from helping people, undeserving people that are in need, because even your salvation was undeserved. Yeah, but he still felt the hurt, felt everything, because Jesus was 100% human, as the Bible says. So that way you feel when you are doing something for someone that is just Jesus felt it too, but that should not stop you. So that was like the long and short. And one thing the Lord also reminded me, that there is no good that you do that goes unrewarded. That is just the truth. It might not be the way you expect the reward to be, that it would come. When some people give tithes, they expect God to double the money for them or do something funny. But sometimes it might not even be financial blessing that God might give you. He might give you favor, He might give you obviously. So what I just said, there's a balance. This is not me telling you that if you're in a friendship, relationship, or anything that is toxic for you, this person is treating you badly, because you don't want to do aura for aura, you should stay there. Because you're a child of God, you should stay there. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about helping people that are in need, undeserving people that are in need. You have the power to help them out of a dire situation, even though they don't deserve it. You should still help them. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want you to now be turned upside down and look like I'm advising you to, just keep taking bad behavior from people. No, that's not what I'm saying. So yeah, but funny enough, all these things are easier said than done, because it's just easier to love those who love you, do aura for aura, treat people the way they treat you. Even me, it's a work in progress, because for a very long time I've been someone who believes in aura for aura. But with God we can do all things, because the Bible says through Christ I can do all things. So yeah, that is that. And we'll continue to behold Jesus, look unto Him for perfection. So yeah, it's a Christian walk, it's a journey. So you don't have to change in one day, but baby steps. Yeah, baby steps. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today's podcast. I hope you had a lovely time. Please, and I hope you learned something too. Please like, share, subscribe, because subscribe so that we can build a bigger faith community together. Then yeah, bye. See you next week.